Sure. Hello everyone. Hello Salman. First, my icebreaker question would be: if you have any notepad, what would be the first question you will be asking about yourself? What you want to be know about yourself?
About ourselves, right? Okay.
Actually,
Should I ask this question first to Gauri, maybe? Gauri?
Um, so I'll ask myself that why I'm lazy. Like I have a habit to do everything on the last minute. So I maybe ask this that why Gauri, why are you lazy?
Great. This is one of the common, and no one, like we are
This is one of the
engineers after,
common habit of engineers, as you
of
also
course.
said.
I can see couple of uh, there. Okay, thank you, Dev. Uh, may I ask Anushka to answer this?
If I want to know, then I will ask how I become a good person, like good human.
Great. Joab, can you answer? Like, if you want to ask one question about yourself, like what would be the question? Sorry if I am spelling your name incorrect. Okay. Uh, maybe Riddhi can. Uh,
Okay.
I
My voice clear.
actually really don't know.
oh, thank you.
Okay. So,
Yeah. So
yes.
maybe your question can be, I really don't know about myself. Wait a minute. Let me admit some other people's. But right now I cannot see the option. I can see the notification here. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, Riddhi, go ahead. We have 5 more minutes to wait. Then we will go for this.
Yeah, so I was just asking, is my voice clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone. Okay, I think I would like to write down this question about myself. Like, why do I get tensed or stressed even about small situations? Like, yeah, how can I manage those things? Yeah, I like to ask myself.
Achal.
Am I audible?
Yes. This is common question of
Uh,
all India.
okay. So the question I would ask myself is what I'm doing, like what I have to do in future. So the short span of time, what I will be doing, that will be the question I would ask.
Oh wow, great. Akshat.
Hi everyone. Like the question I will ask to myself is that why I'm thinking what dinner is being made right now.
Can you come again? Sorry.
Will just ask like this is the
No,
time of the supper.
they're made
Like
from the Indian's benchmark.
what is what is made in the dinner? Why I'm thinking it right now, even though I'm not hungry.
Great. So Pankaj, I think you can also answer
sure,
your own
sure, sure,
question.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Hello,
My
Babita
question
ji.
would be: I have all the equipment, all the gears. When will I start my content creation? I'm
Great.
really confused about it.
And Babita ji, now like we are, this is just an icebreaker question, and where we are asking ourselves like, what you want to know about yourself. If you have some notepad, what would you like to write it down up to know about yourself? Babita ji, if you are speaking, you are on mute. Okay. Uday? So, Uday, the question is like, if you want to know something about yourself, what would be your question? Someone can confirm me whether I am in the network or not.
You are audible.
Thank you. Okay, then maybe I can answer my. So, yeah, this is like I don't have that much big questions. Okay. Uday is facing some network challenges. So I would like to write on notepad like why my handwriting is so bad. However, I am an engineer, but why my handwriting, it looks like a doctor's handwriting. Yeah, I can see one more name, Maya. Maya, would you like to answer this? We have just one more minute. Okay, so we are almost on the time, and I think someone can confirm me like they can see uh, the screen, right? Earlier they can see my screen. So, okay, guys, let's start it. First of all, thank you everyone for coming to this Raspberry Pi Jam. Uh, and maybe this is a new thing for a couple of you people who might have not attended any previous sessions about Raspberry Pi. So basically, I'm going to tell you about like we all are the Wikipedians, so we mostly contribute on Wikipedia and maybe sister projects. But there are so many other organizations who have this almost same kind of mission, like spreading the knowledge, open sourcing, and everything. So this is all about the Raspberry, and basically this is an hardware, and we are just going to have a look and just to understand what is this Raspberry Pi and how we can use it. So I think most of the people over here they know me, but I can still see one or two people who might know me, who is new to me. So my name is Suyash Dwivedi, and I am a seasoned Wikipedian since last 12 years, and a Raspberry Pi Jam organizer and uh, workshop organizers for last 10 years. Okay, let me admin. Okay, so yes, I have started a couple of new project as well, like for wait a minute. Sorry, I'm not very much used to on handling this. Okay, now it's okay. So yeah, so I have initiated couple of initiations like hardware tool for supporting Wikimedia projects. Like all of like most of the projects, especially the hackathon or the hack related things, are happening around the software only. But there are open source softwares as well, which are available, which can really help to Wikipedia projects. By the way, I have some 25 years professional experience in electronics and embedded system product designing. And yeah, so just going to the next slide, which is about what is a Raspberry Pi. So basically, Raspberry Pi is very small. Like if you look at, by the way, if you look at the images, this is not a whole Raspberry Pi. There are different other projects or products of Raspberry Pi. This particular first device you can see as a keyboard, it itself a complete Raspberry Pi along with a keyboard, and the processor is inside. All you need to connect this hardware with your HDMI supported television, or maybe any used or unused monitor. And yeah, so basically it's a small, very small, like your credit or debit card size single board computer. And I have given couple of datas about the latest version which is available of Raspberry Pi, that is Raspberry Pi 5. And if you just see its capability, it's a 2.4 gigahertz powerful microprocessor, quad core ARM CPU. And the maximum right now, the currently the product which is available in the market, it can have 16 GB of RAM. So if I just compare with the current laptop I am using, so my laptop capacity is almost the same, even the RAM is 8 GB. But right now, the Raspberry Pi which I am having, it has 16 GB RAM. The good part is like it supports Linux operating system. That's why it also serve the purpose of open source, because this operating system and even the hardware design and everything is in open source. Like one day if you want to wish to create your own Raspberry Pi or maybe customize your Raspberry Pi, you can do so. A couple of more interesting feature, like those who are interested or might be working with the USB 3.0 version, which is much more faster in data transfer, and it can handle more current. So it has two, like total there are four USB ports, but out of four, two USB ports are USB 3.0 supported. It has two more HDMI video output port. So what you can do, like you can connect, as I already mentioned, like any of your smart TV or maybe any monitor, and you can enjoy video at the 4K quality. And one of the interesting part, which is something related to, more related to the hardware, that it has 40 pin GPIO. GPIO, that means it has 40 pins which can you literally connect any physical hardware. Like I'll give you some example, like maybe if you want to monitor a couple of crucial parameter of environment, maybe some kind of gas sensors, temperature sensors, or even any advanced type of sensors. So there are 40 pins which you can configure and you can program it accordingly, so that you can utilize it in interfacing the hardware. And with the help of some software, you can build amazing products. And one of the most interesting part is like, since I am talking about this is a computer, it has some memory and RAM processing speed and blah blah blah. But people are interested whether this, like the beauty of this product, it is so tiny. But the other question is like whether it can support advanced programming languages which can handle AI, like artificial intelligence, machine learning or not. So yeah, it can handle all, even the robotics and industrial automation. I have done it multiple times. And one of the current thing, I think I can see there are so many engineers, students are also here in the call. A couple of the students have some branch related to Internet of Things, that is IoT. So yes, this is one of the hardware which can surely serve the purpose of your IoT related projects. In fact, your final year project as well. And yes, another question, like if you are talking or working with the small computer, or maybe if you think like it is not capable enough, so don't worry, it can support any kind of Wikimedia related projects, including Commons. Why I have especially mentioned Commons? because in commons, sometimes you will find some images are huge. That means maybe 50 MB plus, even the videos. So without any um, lag, or maybe any screen freeze, or anything, it can handle. And I have tested it multiple times. Sorry. So basically, the hardware behind, like, this particular hardware is being built by Raspberry Pi Foundation, and which is a charity registered in UK and Wales as well. So basically, the vision of this particular Raspberry Pi Foundation is to give every young persons. Please note it. Like, its main, one of the main motto is to cater the young people, like the people who are under 28 years age. They still believe in young. I don't know, but yeah, yes, especially the school going students, uh, and the young youth, exactly. So their purpose is to enhance their knowledge, and in fact build a atmosphere so that their mind develops for any problem solving direction, like they can solve any kind of problems with the help of this particular device. And this particular device actually encourage them to think more and do more. So it's by the way, if we are talking about this vision, so we should also discuss about its long term goals. And don't worry, it's the only slide which will say more about this foundation thing. But yeah, so education, because it enables every school to teach computer programmings, and what is going around the world, what the latest technology, and community building. That is one of our foundation motto also, that is Raspberry Pi Foundation and Wikimedia Foundation, to build a community which can help community to develop and learn new products, new technologies, and all. And it also make to think, or especially to encourage young people to think about research, you know because in India especially, the research part is lacking, and we have not done we have done good research, but still our curriculum and education system is not in that way which encourages people to do research. So yeah, this is their long term goals. Okay, so might be this session you will feel a little bit boring, because this is not a usual Wikipedia session. Here we will talk more about hardware related things, and then I will try to connect it, like how it is related to Wikipedia projects, how we can utilize this particular Raspberry Pi to support our Wikipedia movement. So there are so many products which Raspberry Pi Foundation develops. But I am just I'll talk about these five hardware which finds sometime very useful. First of all, that is Raspberry Pi 5, which is the most powerful hardware in the Raspberry Pi series. uh, 2.4 gigahertz quad core ARM processor, and 16 GB RAM, 4K HDMI port, USB 3.0. And if you have experience or worked with your Ethernet port, so it has gigabyte Ethernet port plus PoE plus, that is power on Ethernet. So yeah, this kind of special facility it has. The other product, that is Raspberry Pi Zero. So Raspberry Pi Zero second version, W is stand for the Wi-Fi. So basically, it's a very tiny, even more cheaper than Raspberry Pi 5. By the way, if someone interested in knowing the price of Raspberry Pi, so currently Raspberry Pi starts Raspberry Pi 5 starts from 7,000 till 8 to 9,000, because it comes in 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, and 16 GB RAM. However, this Raspberry Pi 2.0, sorry, 02 version, it is way cheaper than that. It is something 1,200 rupees, but of course you will also compromise with the features like if we compare to the Raspberry Pi 5, which has some 16 GB RAM, and this is only 512 MB RAM. But believe me, it is more than sufficient, because still on this particular device you can still watch and do all the Wikipedia related things, and even the YouTubes as well. Then we are coming with the Raspberry Pi 400. That was a, I have shown you a particular keyboard type of Raspberry, and yeah, it has at least uh, keyboard built in. And the next one is a Raspberry Pi Pico 2W. That is a core embedded system related thing. And yeah, so people who are especially working on IoT, so this is one of the best hardware which support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.2. And by the way, its price is something under 400 rupees for sure. So I'll just show you the setup. If you can see in the right hand side, this is how a Raspberry Pi 5, or you can say even 4, is also looks similar to this. Uh, these are the pins. If you can see, these are 40 IO pins through which you can control and connect any hardware peripherals. And you can see that it supports USB-C port, uh, through which you can provide it the power. And by the way, we have talked about the processing and the RAM, and what about the storage? So the good point is, like, the storage, it's dependent on the how much like h- how much capacity of your SD card using. I have tried with the 512 gigabyte, not gigabyte, GB memory card as well. So it is working very nicely. And currently the system which I am using, it has some 512 GB, which is more than sufficient. And you can see this is the Ethernet port through you can directly plug into your internet, or maybe your intranet through LAN cables. And yeah, this is the USB ports. So here are the specifications which I think you can definitely, and you can always go online and you can find all the details. But yeah, I would like to highlight some of the advantage, like people who are very much interested in gaming and graphics related things, so it can also definitely support the advanced graphics. Connectivity, this is one of very interesting thing. It supports dual band Wi-Fi, means 2.4 gigahertz and 5.2 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and supports 5.0 version of Bluetooth, and gigabyte Ethernet. So yeah, why I'm talking about it's a communication capabilities, because once you start using this, especially in designing, developing a product or any application, where these all datas are very crucial. And while you select, like, because there are so many variants of Raspberry Pi available in the market, but based on its specifications and your need, you can choose the perfect product. uh, it has a dedicated what you say, like, port, not the USB camera one, but Raspberry Pi can use, you can use a ordinary USB type camera. And there is a specific MIPI camera, which you can directly connect. And maybe if you have missed the one of our previous session where we discussed about how Raspberry has developed one camera which supports AI and ML. So the major one of the major part of processing is done within the camera, of course, with the processor, which helps you to uh, to make more easy to process the data to this Raspberry Pi, and people are doing amazing projects on that. Maybe sometime I'll explain or maybe show the demonstration of how people are doing with the help of such AI camera and this Raspberry Pi amazing things. User friendly, of course, because once you find this GPIO pins ready to use, it is much more easier to uh, create a new hardware related device. So yeah, and compact, of course. Maybe you can compare. There is a micro SD card, and you can just compare with the size. And of course, it is exactly same size of your credit card, and it supports power supply of like your mobile charger can provide sufficient power to this the modern the modern mobile chargers which supports at least 5 ampere. So yeah, you can use it, and it supports USB type C. uh, that was the higher end of Raspberry Pi 5. And here I'll just give you an idea about Raspberry Pi 2W, that is for wireless one. Uh, yeah. So again, this is again a very short, very small hardware, but yeah, it has a very good capability. Like it can. Have you ever heard about the internet in a box? That is a particular device which can provide you, uh, you know, uh, think about the area or places where internet is a challenge, or maybe some villages or even some places where people cannot afford internet. So this particular device, and if you can see the comparison, however, the currency which used for showing the to having the idea about this hardware size is a euro, and which is similar size to our Indian uh, 500 rupees note. So it is very small device, and it can provide that connectivity, like all the Wikipedia, even not only Wikipedia but other useful and open source stuff you can store inside. It creates an open Wi-Fi, and through which you can read all the Wikipedia and everything. However, you cannot edit Wikipedia inside because it is not directly connected to any external Wi-Fi. But yeah, this is very useful product, and why we have selected, because of its price. It is just 1200 rupees, because we wanted to supply it worldwide where internet is, and especially for the educational institutions this is really very challenging. So that's why we choose this particular hardware, and this is like it is serving our purpose. And yes, so yeah, this is one of the product which we are using uh, as a hardware add-on to our Wikimedia projects. uh, okay, now coming to the something which is interesting to your needs, like, can I do a complex coding with it? Yes, because here people, and by the way, I'll before I start this, I would like to stop myself for a while, and let me ask if someone has any question. Or Dave, if you are monitoring to the screen, maybe I am facing. I got my IT knowledge. How I got my IT knowledge? Okay, so okay, IT knowledge. Okay, maybe this is a, if you don't have any. Yeah, yeah, people are still there. There are so many people who don't have a good quality of laptop and all. They cannot afford it. But yeah, with the help of this particular, because it is way comparatively cheaper than a laptop or a desktop, but still it can serve your purpose. So yes, you can use this thing, and of course, because it is connected with the open source, community, so you can learn a lot. So coming to the next slide, like, can I do complex coding with it? So yes, answer is yes. So by the way, if you check the hardware compatibility with the software, so this particular device can support multiple programming languages like Python, C++, Java, JavaScript, and by the way, I have cut short the list because it is extensive. So yeah, and it runs Linux operating system. So you can, if you are aware about how Linux operating system works, so you can literally do whatever you can do with your Linux installed laptop or desktop. The similar way you can do everything. And one of the interesting thing what I am doing, I am just using this device to not only to do my complex work for the Wikipedia, and I just want to isolate my Wikipedia related thing, especially the script running and other process with my main system. So it is really solving the purpose. And of course I can remote control this Raspberry Pi. I know there are many softwares available in the market, but still it provides you their own inbuilt screen sharing software, even remote controlling software, through which you can definitely control your Raspberry Pi remotely. I am just remembering one of the product which we have developed for one of the Canada company, our client, and he was surprised like how we are controlling it from India, because we are not only controlling its software but literally the hardware for the debugging purpose. So yeah, uh, yes. So yeah, the next point is it allows the hardware interfacing with the GPIO pins for the embedded and IoT projects. And one of like why I am keep focusing about the AI and machine learning things and the frameworks, maybe who are the people who are in having some experience in developing Python related project like TensorFlow, using that this libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch, OpenCV, and all. So, sometime when you do real machine learning or artificial intelligence based machine processing thing, then based on the the pricing, this is this particular hardware really qualifies for this applications. And one of the good part, like you can host complete MediaWiki software inside. Like you can run your own Wikipedia within this Raspberry Pi, and even you can make it so that you don't need any additional server to host your Wikipedia. Any paid servers you can host your Wikipedia inside this. Even you can allow other people to contribute or collaborate, like we do with the our own Wikipedia. But yeah, maybe you can install your own MyPedia or maybe Playpedia if you want to install a specific wiki. So yes, this particular hardware can act as a server, and with the help of the internet connectivity you can make it available to the worlds to uh, contribute. Yeah. So this is, and by the way, I'll give you a couple of amazing product and projects idea both, because some of the project which can also be converted as a product. So home automation is one of the very fantastic projects you can do. Especially this is for basically beginners. So I am just trying uh, to give some ideas which are much more easy to start. But yeah, we can literally uh, you know uh, handle such a complex program that you cannot imagine like. So home automation, controlling lights, temperature, security systems, and everything with your mobile and sensors, that is possible. Security systems, like you can literally integrate motion detection, even live. It can do the live streaming alerts, of course, with the help of the camera and your Python script. And one more interesting thing which this security system can do, that as I already mentioned, it can support and handle artificial intelligence and machine learning. So you can train your whole family members photograph to it. And maybe let's say if camera is just put in front of your entrance door, or maybe the place where you want to make it secure, so it will not only recognize that particular person, and it can cross verify whether he is the family member or the outsider. And based on that, you can take the further actions, like maybe let's say if your family is gone to some vacation or maybe some marriage party outside, and there is a chance that maybe one of your family member can come, but it, like, you can secure your home, whole home with the help of this AI powered Raspberry Pi system, which will not only recognize the family members faces, but if it sees like something, even you can also, you know uh, you can also register a couple of the faces which you extremely don't want to see it. So based on that, it can either alarm, do some funny thing or something. So this is one of very powerful projects which you can do it. Media center. So yeah, people who are very much interested in doing music related things, DJing, and even so lots of things like Sonic Pi is one of the good project which you can do with this. Cody media centers. There are a couple of other famous media center which you can directly run on this. The people who are also fond of retro gaming consoles, like I still remember, like, by the way, I'm not a gamer kind of personality. I don't play game at a lot, but yeah, I still remember like this Mario and other games started when I was at the age where generally students or young people get started with uh, gaming things. So yeah, so at that time Mario was very popular, and now I can see that it is again coming back. So still there is a community and the people, and even there is a market as well of the people who loves to have such retro gaming console. Definitely you can do it with this. And think about the, I think there are, I can see there are so many students from Wiki Club SATI, where we have discussed multiple times, like why not you can create your own college or maybe your university a weather station which collects all the necessary data informations, and it can literally, uh, it can wait a minute. So it can literally upload it, all the data, it can upload it to the server. So maybe uh, think about not only about your college, maybe if you are living in a smaller city where weather, or maybe think about, um, let's say, I know I live in Madhya Pradesh. So people might be know Madhya Pradesh especially for one of the uh, wheat known as sharbati, and it is grown nearby to my city, that is in uh, Ashta and Sihor. It's the surrounding area. So there is a farmland, especially in the Punjab. There are so many farmlands. So maybe you can install a weather station which is totally and dedicated to the farmers. So yeah, this particular device can handle complex thing. Even with the help of AI, it can also suggest farmers, or maybe you can, if you are a big farmer, or if you are doing some commercial farming, So it can also control pesticide and water circulation and whatnot. So people who are also fascinated with the robot controllers, which actually I do for advanced agriculture, because now agriculture in India is so advanced, like people are literally trying to use robotics in their agriculture sector. So you can definitely do it with this device. And I have done a commercial product on this also, where this particular robot basically, it's a weeder robot, like it see and find the weeds in the field, and it take it out, and it takes all the data through the GPS, like where to go, what are the my field boundary and all, and plucking and sensing, and even recognizing that whether it's a weed or it's a real crop, it all can handle this. So yes, these are amazing product projects which you can do. I can also see there are many students who are either in their third year or maybe final year. They are also interested in doing their final year project, so they can use it, because it can also serve the purpose of software as well as hardware related thing. Oh, so yeah, this is basically so this is our one of the practical example, other than my commercial products. I just wanted to give, like, I have developed more than 50 research and commercial products on this Raspberry Pi. And maybe in last week, maybe you have received a couple of messages related to one of the event about Wiki Love Folklore happened. So we this particular Raspberry Pi hardware, it also acts as a server for one of our like, I'm just giving you the example of wiki related Telegram bot, that is Wiki Club SATI bot. Basically it's a broadcasting bot, so through which you can broadcast message to all the subscribers. And currently I am using it in my home automations, and I am running other automation boards as well, not only for this Wikipedia related project, but my another commercial project as well. So yeah, so this is really very powerful, so you can definitely encourage. And by the way, it is very friendly and very fascinating to youngsters as well. So yes. Okay, so maybe people are interested and thinking like, okay, this is very interesting. Can we do it in person jam or session or workshop on this? And whether it is also happening somewhere. So, by the way, yes, that is true. Some of the jam, Raspberry Jam, in couple of countries or maybe certain places are paid entry. But yeah, most of the, like, we are Wikipedians, we keep it for free. So yes, this is happens in different parts of the world globally, and you can find there are the links. I'll share you in the chat as well. Let me okay, I'll share you in this chat afterwards. So events.raspberrypi.com, you can find wait a minute, I have uh, events events yes, one of the link, I am going to share it with you here in the message box. So if you go to this events.raspberrypi.com, you will find all the events listed over there. So yes, even this particular event is also registered officially to Raspberry Pi Foundation's website. And if people are interested in, like I am saying, like this is one of our the series of workshop related to Raspberry Pi and other open source hardware, because we are not just limited with the Raspberry Pi, but if people are interested in learning about how we can use uh, or how we can, how we can make very easy to record or maybe scan, record the audios for Wikipedia, or maybe scan the books in the automatic way. So that is also possible. So that is out of like, it is literally a hardware related thing. So we also, I'm just looking for the other people also on similar minded, especially in India, because abroad I find a lot. But someone interested in doing such kind of cool projects, so please join to me, and you can check the other projects or the sessions which we already take on this. It is in the list. So like, I'm basically from Wikipedia, but yes, I do organize such Raspberry Pi Jam. You can see that there are so many communities, even like Perth Linux user group. They also conduct such workshops and Raspberry Pi Jam. I can Coder Dojo is one of the software which is basically for the young students to to make their mind towards the programming things and all. So this is also happening, and sorry, I'm not able to understand this language, but yeah, it is also happening in today itself. So by the way, that particular link, you will find all the sessions which is happening, and maybe, and by the way, it also happens in India. In south, there are a couple of communities in Bangalore which do conduct this online and in-person sessions. So yeah, you can also join that. This is the end of my presentation, and I'm just open to the questions if someone has. Maybe we can also discuss here a cool projects which might be in your mind and you want to check and validate whether it is possible or something. So yeah, anyone has any question?
Yeah, actually, we have a question in the chat.
Uh,
Should
uh,
I
uh,
read it out?
yeah, please, please, please. Sorry, because I
Okay.
am focused on, yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, it's okay. So, Joab asked that are we going to use the Raspberry Pi in this event or jam?
Are we going to what? Can you repeat again?
Are we going to use the Raspberry Pi in this event or jam?
Yeah, so basically, this is a beginner's question, because maybe Joy, you have a bit experience with doing some Raspberry Pi related projects, but this is a beginner session, so it is just for the orientation to the new people over here. But yes, we do time to time this practicing with the Raspberry Pi related things. So maybe if you can, uh, I don't know how you came to know about this session, but yeah, if you just follow that particular links, you will find the our next session. Maybe we are also thinking to host one in-person session. uh, so yeah, it is possible, but right now, currently, since this is an orientation and just for the beginners, a refresher kind of session, so yeah, currently I am not using. But yeah, still, if you send some messages to one of our Telegram bot, it will answer you right away, and it is hosted on Raspberry Pi only. Well, I can see
We
there are
have,
so many. Yeah,
yeah, another question.
yeah.
Manas Mishra has asked, what are UI or UX capabilities?
UI and UX, by the way, I'm just going back to the software capabilities. So this is a this is a computer, like, and UI and UX capabilities depends on how you design, how you program. So as you can see, like, it can support almost all the powerful languages to design any UI and UX. Even if you are more deeper into the programming, you can also customize its own ROM and its own its own hardware to adopt some additional. Why I'm talking about this, like whenever, especially if you are using your Windows laptop and or desktop, and if you connect any new hardware, then it pop-ups like new hardware found. Sometime people also face challenges if its device drivers are not available. So particular this Raspberry Pi, it has since it is working on a Linux operating system, so it gives you permission or chance to develop your own device drivers and all. So of course, for UI and UX, so it is totally depend on the software, and this particular device, for the hardware capability, it is possible. Yeah.
We have another question from Joel. He
Yeah.
has asked, can you code on the Raspberry Pi with your PC or laptop?
Can you code on the Raspberry Pi? So, oh, okay. So, Job, the answer is like Raspberry Pi is a computer. So, like technically, can you code on Raspberry Pi with your laptop? So, how to answer you. Like Raspberry Pi is a different computer, and by the way, if you don't want to use your Raspberry Pi connected with any additional monitor, so of course, yes, with the help of remote control systems, there are so many softwares available. One of the fantastic software which is cross-platform supported, Rust Desk. I'm using it, and one of my Raspberry Pi is not connected with any monitor or a screen. It's just a hardware powered with a power supply, and I am just controlling and even viewing, even programming inside with the help of my laptop. Achal, you can speak out your question, I guess, because Achal was
Yeah,
one of the participant who attended in person Raspberry Pi session in Wikimania Nairobi. Yes, Achal,
yeah,
go
that
ahead.
was a great session, really wonderful. So the my question is like, what are the common mistakes beginners should keep in mind while using Raspberry Pi hardware?
So this is basically, selecting the right hardware is one of the decision which you need to take. What happens, because as I said, like this particular, just take an example of Raspberry Pi 5, because it comes with the different memory capacity, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, and 4 GB RAM. And let's say you started, of course, the 4 GB RAM will be the cheaper as compared to the 16 GB. So based on your financial investment capability, like sometime it is not it depends on if how much you want to invest in this particular hardware. So let's think like you have selected, okay, you choose to go with the mid range like Raspberry Pi 5 with 8 GB RAM system, and now slowly you started learning, and now you are at the advanced and pro level, and then you suddenly realize like, okay, this 8 GB is not enough for me for the current projects, maybe the AI related or machine learning especially related, where lots of processing and lots of parallel processing, it requires lots of memory and all. Then you, if you want to think like, okay, um, can I go to the 16 GB version or not? But the challenge is like, unlike the ordinary laptops or PCs, Raspberry Pi don't have any additional memory slot. That means RAM slots. So you cannot directly strap any RAM to it. So yeah, so you need to take care about whatever your needs. So based on that, you need to select your hardware.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, Pankaj. I have faced some challenges like storage and cooling while working the projects. Is it positive? Oh, okay. Okay. So basically, if you just look at to the any ordinary PCs, you will find that the microprocessor has having a very large size heat sink along with the fan, which continuously cooling it down. Similar way, because this is a processor, and whenever you do a very tedious work or maybe some heavy job on this, so it also get heats up. So commercially there are so many passive and active coolers are available. So yes, with the help of those, because even I recommend, like, do not use Raspberry Pi, especially 5 Raspberry Pi 5 especially, without any active cooler, because it literally get very hot.
Totally agreed, sir. My second related question is was like as you mentioned, the Raspberry Pi has a dedicated NVMe SD card slots, right?
Mhm.
But in market there is a more option available like HDD, more faster read and write speed. What is the solution in this field? Like if we want to use HDD particularly, which are USB
Yeah.
port.
No. So actually, currently Raspberry Pi, that they also aware, like, if you compare. See, in the market, you will find lots of very fancy memory cards available with having a very different speed mark. Like some of the, I know, like if you go with the class 10 memory card, it can support up to 150 Mbps speed of data transfer. But sometimes, especially if you go with the higher complex programming, that speed is not good enough. So here, and even the storage is also a challenge. So Raspberry Pi also support with with the help of an additional hardware, uh, what we call it a hat, different type of hat, through which it can also support uh, the what you say that eMMC card, or maybe what the latest name is, hard disk. Which hard disk? SSDs, of course. So SSDs it can definitely support, and Raspberry Pi Foundation also officially launched a solution so that you can put this hat to your Raspberry Pi, and then it can support SSDs. And by the way, just 2 or 3 days before, they have launched one advanced version of Raspberry Pi 400 Plus, which earlier version was supporting only 8 GB, but this new Raspberry Pi 400 Plus, it supports 16 GB plus inbuilt 256 GB of SSD. And now they have also upgraded their keyboard from membrane to mechanical one, but cost is some 170 US dollar. So a bit costly, but of course it also provides you the performance.
Okay, actually, I was not aware about the last you mentioned about. So I will surely search about it. Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
it's readily available in the market. Yes, Anushka.
Sir, I have a question like what are the practical limitation of Raspberry Pi and does Raspberry Pi and Arduino work performance same or different?
There is no comparison at all with the Arduino and Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is way behind. Matlab, there is no comparison. Actually, Arduino is a microprocessor. You know, okay. If you are talking about the Arduino, which is built on Atmega 328A, which has some 32 KB of memory, 32 KB, right? And it has a 16 byte 256 bytes of EEPROM. And if you just compare with the quad core 2.4 gigahertz processor, so basically it's not it's a computer, and while Arduino is a microprocessor, and the peripherals built around so that you can easily communicate with the Raspberry, sorry, Arduino. And about the practical challenges, so yes, as Pankaj also mentioned, that sometime it if you have not done proper temperature management of this, so it may give you some worst or weird results, especially uh, countries where the temperatures goes more than 50 degrees. So yeah, the temperature management is one of the key. And since it is uh, just a hardware, like even you need to connect a external mouse and keyboard, even a monitor, you know to use it as a normal computer. So but yeah, of course, once you program any process, then you need not to connect any USB mouse or keyboard, even any HDMI cable. Like this particular telegram board is working with just a power supply, and that's it. Manas, replacement components available on, oh, by the way, yes, it depends. Like, uh, think about any motherboard of a system. So if you are capable enough to replace the part of any motherboard of any computer, because it is not a normal soldering, it's a wave soldering, so it is really very challenging to replace any part. But yeah, general component which maybe the USB port or the power port, that you can definitely replace. Okay. So Uday's question, like Uday has Raspberry Pi Pico 2. What is the next level of projects after blinking the LED that you think teaches most fundamental skills on the Pico? So the good part is, like Pico, however, it is one of the very cheap. Uh, Again, it's not a computer; it's a microprocessor, like the Arduino, but it is more advanced, and I think it has some 1 MB flash RAM. I'm not aware of that particular data, but yeah, it can host a MicroPython. So if you have some tiny projects which required some Python script running at the background, you can do it. It has also has USB, like you can transfer the code, even use this Pico 2 as a memory stick. And it also has this Wi-Fi connectivity. So if there is, okay, one of the example I'll take. I'll tell you what I am doing with this Raspberry Pi, not with the Pico 2, but yeah, it can support this Micro Python. So you can do IoT related projects with this. Uh, so basically, I have a single printer in my home, and I have a kids, my family members. They want to use printer multiple times, but it is in my room, and people want to access. My family members want to access from different places. So I dedicated one of the Raspberry Pi port to my printer, and now I make this particular, because my printer doesn't have this Wi-Fi facility or the network printer. So I have integrated this printer with my Raspberry Pi. So now if someone, my family member within my Wi-Fi network, even out of Wi-Fi network, even through internet, if they want to send any document to print, they don't want they do not need to worry about to go nearby printer to connect to any hardware device. They can give printing command through their laptop and mobile as well. Yeah, this is one of the practical applications which I am using. So back to the slide because we are almost at the time. And by the way, thank you for the joining the session. And those who want to have my contacts, this is my username, and I am mostly active in Telegram. So yeah, you can take the screenshot